but we will be seeing Cheeks once again, the winner of that, the man who looks incredibly stressed out as I look at him right now. Freaks his Cheeks, and not only Freaks his Cheeks, the guy had the name Emperor Cheeks. How does it feel, man, to stop Denty from looking like what was going to be history? It feels like.
Uh, yeah, you're right. I'm incredibly stressed. Like, I've been stressing Freaks since Shockwave last night, actually. And, it feels like a huge just sigh of relief, honestly. Like, after I lost to him in Winterside, I just took a small break. I just really started thinking really hard about why I lost the set. I was definitely a little bit tilted. I was looking back at it, I was making some questionable decisions. I was dying early a lot. I was SDing a lot because of the flamethrower. Like, when this game had first come out, Denty had been using that like his go-to because he was fresh off the Smash 4 Charizard.
Mm-hmm.
And then he started using Ivysaur and Squirtle more, and I just sort of forgot like this Charizard is still here to play. So I feel like I had to pretty much learn that matchup all over again just within the span of this night. But yeah,
okay, so
he looked like he had my number, and I was getting a little bit scared, but I felt like that just gave me the push to just settle down, recollect myself, and just play my hardest, because I didn't want to lose this streak.
all right, so, and of course we're going to answering a question from the chat from UNT. He's been watching this whole time. He says, how are you comfortable landing over Ivysaur without air dodging? And I'm going to acknowledge the fact that does take a little bit of cojones to trying not to eat the Spirit Bomb, of course, from Ivysaur.
Well, the way I look at it, if you air dodge, then like it feels like 9 times out of 10 you're gonna frame trap yourself, and so this is also kind of what I do or try to do against Austin's PK Thunder. Like, I try not to rely on air dodge too much. Like, my main goal is if I don't have my double jump, then I'll pretty much just try to go to the ledge. But if I do have that double jump, which is super important to save, then I'll kind of like wait until the apex of my launch, and then like I'll act like I'm just gonna go right into his attack like he wants me to, and then I'll try to like jump away and then fast fall like on the other side of the stage. And I guess I got comfortable doing that because I remember in Smash 4, like you could not air dodge out of combos that easily. Like your character wouldn't really get any drift until like your air dodge was pretty much over, unless you were like Lucas, Ness, or Mewtwo. I think those were the 3 privileged characters. But just because of that, like I've tried to build a habit of not instantly like air dodging in every situation. I try to use that as a last resort and see what other resources I have available. And like, even charging limit can sort of be like a feint, just to fake out my opponent and then, make them think I'm vulnerable, but I'm really not.
Okay, this is going to be the last 2 questions, hopefully quick ones. All right, so before you took that last game, the game previous to that, you lost both your stocks in about 30 seconds. And then you almost brought that back. And I feel like that was a really, like, I can do this type of territory. Do you agree with that? Or just, like, what was on your mindset?
Yeah, like, when I got gimped, I wasn't even really mad. Like, I was just like, yep, I made a questionable decision and it got hard punish, which, that's the game that we play. And it more than anything, it helped me like readjust my mindset and really stop autopiloting and, start thinking about every single thing that I'm doing. And yeah, I feel like I was just really able to ground myself and, just be disciplined enough to not quit on myself. Because, the game right before that, Denty did intentionally SD. He felt like that game was over and done with. But if I was in that situation, I still would have, fought it out to the bitter end. As corny as it sounds, like, it helps you keep like an optimistic mindset about the rest of the set. You get to learn more about your opponent's habits. You get to see what they do when they're when their back is against the wall, even though, it seems like I was the one who should be that worried, but, I could tell that Denty was also a little bit worried when he saw that, I wasn't scared to keep fighting, even though I pretty much got 0 to death twice, like instantly. And, I feel like if I had dodged that last Vine Whip, he had to re-grab the ledge, and I was trying to spike him, but, just unfortunately, he angled it and I wasn't out of the range. So, that just goes to show that you can't really ever count anybody out. Like, this game's not as cheesy as Smash 4. It's not as, win condition. Like, I get my confirmed that works from, like, 20 to 40 or whatever. Like, it's just a lot of, like, consistent, like, wins in neutral and smart decisions overall.
All right, and do you have anything else you want to say to the people at home?
So...
Final question, by the way.
Yeah, Monte and I's team name tonight was Trigger Trey, so, the man loves Trey Songz, and I even did a Trey Songz reference as one of my tags tonight. That was referencing one of his albums, actually, and Trey Songz he was my shit back in middle school.
Hey, no cursing.
Oh, sorry. He was my, you can edit that out. He was my ish. He was my ish back in middle school. So, if you guessed that right, then congrats, you win the game. And yeah, shout out to the UNT boys. They also came out tonight. They made some pretty wild upsets, actually. Cultist, the Ice Climbers player, actually had sent Katsu to losers early. So that was a really interesting upset. And then, just yesterday at Shockwave, Fuego was the one who actually sent Professor Cube to losers early, the Ganon player. So, UNT's not free, Denton's not free, y'all better start counting our Friday free entry locals on the PR, because those boys are playing their hearts out.
All right.
So yeah, shout out to y'all.
So that'll be it for, of course, another Freaks, and another Freaks taken over by, I said, the King of the Freaks. We appreciate everybody in the chat to stay by. I love the fact that UNT came through. I see Waddle D. I see a lot of people that, just came through to watch the final set that we had here. And hopefully we see you guys next Thursday. And I hope you guys enjoy the 4 tournaments that we've had today, man. All right.
Yeah.
See you guys later.
And thanks, Austin, Texas, for coming out.
Oh, yeah. Thank you guys a whole bunch.
Yeah. Appreciate that. Have a good night, y'all.
Omega send off?
Yeah, Omega does this thing on Wednesday night, and he sends us off. This is not Wednesday. Yeah, but it's Thursday.
Wait.
hey, no, they brought up. I want to hear just Omega send off.
I got just one.
No, I know, just one. Just one.
This is how it always goes.
This is how it goes.
There's always just one you gotta throw in there.
Sing. Sing.
It's only Thursday.
Do it.
Do it.
Bye.
Come on.